I don't know what Superman 35 and a 7.5 goes for, but it's sitting at 5,000. Like, because this is an example of the type of cover that, like, me personally, I don't really care for this type of cover. These, like, I call them campy covers. They're kind of the fun, jokey type covers, and they just, they don't really appeal to me. But everybody, can like different things. But yeah, so that one sold for $5,000. Let's check that out. I'm curious what that, like, if that was a good sale, if that was a weak sale. I mean, it's an old label, but you never really know. I mean, these old labels have been around for a long time now. And so a lot of people have typically handled them. And so if somebody thought it could, bump up to a higher grade, they probably would have done it. But let's see here. Superman number 35. Is that right? Yeah. 7.5, white pages, which, yeah, Golden Age 1945 white pages. We were talking about that earlier. So a 7.5. Whoa. Is that right? What am I missing? I don't know what's going on there. I mean, is there like $4,000 like stuffed in the pages of this book? Like, I don't know what's going on with that sale. Like, I mean, even if you thought it could bump, I mean, there's a tear up. Let's take a close look at this one. So there's a tear up here, and that's probably, like, I mean, you get some leeway with bindery issues, but that's definitely a tear. That's more than just a bindery issue. And the spine looks good. There's a little crease there, little minor crease down there, a little chip in the corner, small amount of creasing there. I mean, it is a very nice looking book from the front. Let's check if there's any grader's note. I doubt it. Oh, there are. Okay. Grader's notes: center back cover light bend, center front cover light bend, top left front cover small tear, right top back cover wear, spine wear, staple wear, top back cover bend. So when you're looking at something for like possible opportunities for upgrading, like if you're going to try to crack a book out, press it, and resubmit, like the magical words that you can see is bend, whether it's finger bends or this, like it's light bend. Those are things that can definitely be addressed. It means they are generally non-color breaking, because usually the note will say if it breaks color. Now, that is something to be aware of with grader notes. Grader notes are not all inclusive. So there's no guarantee that it has everything that's in there. Like there could be foxing or staining or something like that isn't identified here. But at least the top back cover bend and center back cover, center front cover light bend, those could be addressed. This tear couldn't. This wear could not, spine wear could not, staple wear could not. So I would say this book probably can get a better grade. Let's take a look what else is going on here. So here's that wear that's up here. So that's what they were talking about. It's just like some color rub type wear. There's a little, looks like tear or maybe even a missing piece right there. There is foxing on this cover, and that's what I was talking about there. That foxing was not identified in those grader's notes. So that's where you need to be able to evaluate the book yourself to determine if you think this book can get a bump or not, because I would almost guarantee you this is going to be taken into consideration. If you're not familiar with foxing, it's these little brown dots that are on the cover. And while foxing doesn't hurt your grade too bad, it's not as bad as staining, it definitely impacts your grade. I mean, it is something that does impact the grade of the book. So we definitely see it along the spine. There's, little dots of it here and there throughout the back of the book. Now, some of those new like treatment methods that if CGC catches you, they will give you a purple label. So you got, you take a risk with doing that. But, man, like when you look at the pricing for this book, like a 9.4 sold last year for $2,700. The 9.8 pedigree sold for $7,800. Like there's no way that book is a 9.4. I mean, you might be lucky if it gets like an 8 or an 8.5. And that was an $1,100 sale last year. I would not. I try not to like make someone like feel bad about a purchase or anything like that, you know. But that was a huge number for this book, and I do not think it has it in it to get the grade that would need to, it would need to be a 9.6. I mean, the only way that this would make sense is if it was a 9.6 or a 9.8, and there's no way. That's yeah, that was a big sale for that book. That's why it kind of surprised me, because a lot of times these like campy type covers don't get these numbers, and so yeah, unless I'm missing something, like there's like another book included. There, I mean, there's not. So yeah, that was a big sale for that book. Yeah. Superman and Golden Age books have been going up, but not like that. Yeah, I agree. Like, I mean, Mickey's talked about that some on his channel. But yeah, I agree. I've been seeing some Superman Golden Age books going up, but not like that.